Hello, everyone. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Femi Diaries. We are so excited to bring to you the second installment in our series called Relationship Tips. Myself and my wife are so excited to present to you again from our 16 years of marriage a little bit of what has helped us. And we are hoping that through this session, it will add value to your life and will enhance and enrich your relationships. If you do have any comments, questions, anything you want to find out, you can leave those on my comment in the comment section on my YouTube channel, and I will endeavor to make sure I get a response back to you. Once again, you are welcome aboard on this second session of the Relationship Tips series. Stay tuned, be encouraged, and we're going to have a great time in this session. Hey everybody, how we doing? Again, this is Femi and this is Tammy.
Hi.
How y'all doing today? Again, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel is called Femi Diaries, and I do encourage you to, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also click that notification bell. Well, this is going to be the next series and the concluding series in this series called Relationship Tips. Again, what we're trying to do, we regular people, everyday people, nothing special about us, but we just want to see how we can just help. That's pretty much what we're trying to do through our channel and through this time we're having to have this conversation. We're just trying to see how we can be of help and be of service to mostly the younger people who are intending to have long-term relationships. And this particular time we're going to talk a little bit more for the married people, and just a few things that we just want to share along the line with the married people that will be helpful in your relationship. We have been married for 16 years now, and I think there are one or two things that we have learned that we will be able to, share, and that will be helpful to others also. What do you think about the singles video we shot?
It's okay.
I think there was a lot of good stuff in there for the singles. I'm talking about the earlier series that we had. I think it was very beneficial to people. Yeah. All right. So today, what we're going to try and do again, like I said, is we're going to address just a few things that I think are kind of important that we mention when we talk about people who have now committed themselves to a long relationship and who now are intending, either already married or intending to get married. One of the big things, and I think a foundational thing that I think we should just address first of all, is the way you begin your relationship and how you, how you see your relationship is very important. Now, many people do commit to each other, but they don't really commit to the relationship being forever. I think there's something to meeting somebody and committing yourself to the person, kind of like the vows we take, for better and for worse, whatever situation, we're going to stay committed. And that's kind of one of the things about love that many times people don't talk about. Love is commitment. Love is you committing yourself to somebody else and saying, look, whoever you are, whatever you are, however you are, I accept you for who you are, and I'll be here for you. So this first thing I just want my wife Tammy to also kind of speak on has to do with, I've seen relationships where people from the get-go already feel they can get out of the relationship, and before you know it, the D word is being thrown back and forth, and a year into the marriage, they're already talking about divorce, or 6 months into the marriage, they're already talking about divorce. And I think that harms relationships. What do you think?
Yes, it does, because it's very, very important when you lay your foundation that the word divorce or separation is not even something that you're already putting on the table. Because what that does is like you're entering an apartment, and the first thing you're looking for is to exit out of the building. So obviously, if you already have that in your mind at the beginning of the journey, you're not going to work hard at keeping that relationship or keeping that marriage. You just want to get out as fast as possible. But marriage isn't like that. It's a journey that you take together with the man, with the person that you marry, which is why it's very important to take time to get to know the person, to make sure that you know them enough to know that you want to go on that journey with them. Because once you're in it, but remember that you're not in it by yourself. It's both of you together with God helping you to walk on this journey. You're going to have ups and downs, but as you stay committed to each other, and you work together, there's no situation or circumstances that will come your way that you can't go through, that you can't overcome. But if at the slightest opportunity you want to get out, then you never get you never get to the finish line, because you just want to get out of the race. So, and I think one movie that really helps me to look at that is the movie The Pursuit of Happiness by Will Smith. And I always say that the wife left him just at the point where he started training. You know, when he started the course, that he finally got the job. Just at the time when he needed her the most, she gave up on him. And by the time he finally got the job and made it to the end, she wasn't there. But all she needed was just more patience. So you just have to be ready.
Yeah. I think if we keep that D word off the table and focus more on ourselves and the relationship, I think we stand a better chance. And the key thing, like we said in the last few series, having God in the center of the marriage really makes all the difference. I don't care, who you are, how good you think you are. Staying together and committing yourself to somebody else, it's going to take, he's going to have to help you out. Okay, so another question we want to look at, because we have a lot of couples and they might have a good relationship, but balancing life is busy. There are lots of things to do in life. There are jobs, there are careers, there are the pool of kids. Kids want to own you. They want to take over your life. They really want to take over your relationship. They want to have 24/7 time with, like her, for example. And how do you go through all these things? How do you work all this out? How do you navigate kids, family, relationships, your in-laws? They always want to come into the whole deal. Your friends. They want to take all your time. And we still have to have time for the relationship, because the relationship is kind of like a plant you put in the soil. When you put it in the soil, you have to put nutrients. You have to put water on it. You have to put fertilizers. All that helps the relationship to grow. And without those things, the relationship will die, just like a plant will die. So how do we navigate all these different things in life? Now, most families are two working parent homes where both parents are busy. How do we, what do you want to say and speak to that?
I think the biggest thing with that is you guys have to be able to communicate and work together, especially if couples have different shifts and you have kids that are in different levels of school and they have different activities. So many things happen so you have to be able to communicate and plan and work together. So you still have to work around having time for the kids and then having time for your husband. And you also need time for yourself. You have to have a regular routine. I think is what would help with the kids. You have a routine where you play with them. They have time they go to bed, and you have time to spend with your husband, and you have time just for yourself. So it's just being able to balance all that. Look at your schedule and come up with something that works for you, that works for your family, where you can take care of everybody and also take care of yourself. It's very, very important, because without us taking care of ourselves as women, it's difficult to take care of everybody else. So we still have to be able to do.
I think a key thing she mentioned was scheduling, because if you don't schedule these things, they are not going to happen. One of the things is Thursdays a lot of times is her day. Fridays are my day to kind of breathe a little bit. We kind of have those things. Then we have the times we spend together, and then the times we're with the kids, apart from working hours and working time, and and then the family, like our extended family, we kind of schedule times with them also. These are all the different things that we do that help us a whole lot. And I think communication is still the key I think communication goes a whole long way. When we have events coming up, we have our calendars and we begin to talk about what we need to do towards those events and things that will help us to prepare towards those things. Preparation to, always kind of giving yourself a margin, a timeline that helps you to have a lot more time to prepare towards things, things that really help when it comes to the busyness of life. I think that really helps. So we're going to take one more question as we just kind of get to the end of this series. The other question I just wanted us to kind of talk about has to do, with in-laws. And I guess I'll first of all let my wife just go ahead and maybe there's any other thing she has that she wants to just say in conclusion in this series. Do you have anything in conclusion?
About the in-laws?
Yeah, well, you can talk about the in-laws or anything else you want to talk about.
I think one of the biggest things is, particularly for us as women, for us to be able to love our husbands and love our kids and do everything else, we have to know who our source is. You have to know that we already said initially that we're Christians, so we're faith. Our focus is on God and faith. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure that you spend time praying and spend time taking care of yourself. Then you can take care of everybody else. That's the first foundation. And with the in-laws, just love your in-laws as you would love your family. Don't let them feel that you would treat your family a different way and treat them another way. No, just love them. You love them, and then you still use wisdom, but a lot still has to do with you as the woman protecting your husband from your family, and your husband also has to protect you from his family. So it's just understanding each other and being able to talk about it. That's so important. Communication, talking. That would really help a lot. So
yeah, that's huge. Communication is huge in all what we're talking about. The thing with the in-laws is things kind of change. When you get married, your husband or your wife is kind of put ahead of your family. That's just the truth. That's how it's supposed to be, And when they're put ahead, then the way you go about things with your in-laws and with friends and with other family members, they kind of know that there are boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So your relationship with this particular person now becomes or your nuclear family generally is kind of that's the main focus.
Yeah.
And then you now cater to the needs of everybody else after you cater to the needs of the nuclear family, your wife and your kids. And that's the way many times you can avoid pitfalls and difficulties and situations that hinder or bring issues. Sometimes it's difficult because your parents still want to parent you and still want to come in and step into things, but those things kind of affect the relationship. If you let your in-laws, your mother or your father, have a say over your husband or the wife, it just brings conflict and situations and problems. So we're going to stop there for today, and I'm hoping that this has really, really been helpful to you guys. It's been our pleasure, doing this. Tammy, have you really enjoyed these sessions with the people?
Yeah, it's been fun talking to you.
Yes, it's great. And, we just want to let you guys know that we have a lot more coming up. There'll be some other times I'll have her come back and join us, even as we do the things we're doing. You guys stay tuned. There's still so much more to come on this channel. But for today, we'll stop here and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Got a coat of many colors from my